let me tell you a story. A story about a chemical mystery that got more confusing the deeper I went. After 4 long years, I finally reopened my old lab. The shelves were dusty, the equipment forgotten, but something caught my eye. Tucked away in the corner, wrapped in crinkled old paper, was a glass bottle. No label, no name, just mystery. Now I had 2 choices. Option 1, take it to a chemical dealer and ask,
"Do you know this?"
Easy, boring. Option 2, test it myself. I went with the second. My first test, the pH. I dipped in a strip. No color change. None. That meant it wasn't acidic or basic. Could it be an indicator? I remembered vaguely that I might have bought a liquid indicator years ago, so I added a few drops to sulfuric acid. Boom! It turned reddish orange. Could it be naphthalene? I hit Google. Nope. Naphthalene is a solid at room temperature, so maybe it was phenolphthalein, the classic indicator. But wait, phenolphthalein is supposed to be colorless in acid. Then came the smell, strong, familiar like iodine, that iodine antiseptic. Could this be some kind of iodine solution? I ran the starch test, a reliable way to check. If it's iodine, it should turn black. It didn't. It turned pink. So maybe, just maybe, it was phenolphthalein after all. I tested it again, this time in dilute acid, no color change. The theory strengthened, but that smell still haunted me. Back to Google. Does phenolphthalein have a smell? Answer: odorless. So now I was stuck. Every test contradicted another until I finally peeled off the newspaper wrapping, and there it was. Written right on the bottle, phenolphthalein. Mystery solved? Not quite. Turns out many commercial phenolphthalein solutions have alcohol added, not just for better mixing, but for the scent. That is what I had been smelling all along. So, in the end, the answer had been from the start just hidden, but the real reward wasn't the label. It was the journey, the tests, the curiosity, the chase. That's the magic of science.
Like, comment, and subscribe.